Have you ever walked into a room and it looks like a hurricane, in the form of a 2 foot tall human, has just torn through it? And in that moment, all you can hear is your own voice, on a loop. No, stop that. Don't touch that. Put that down. No, no, and no. It's this draining, exhausting battle. And if you're really honest with yourself, like brutally honest, it feels like you're losing. It feels like you're at war with your own child. I've been there. My name is Captain, and this is Pages to Practice. Our mission here is simple, but it's not easy. We take the profound wisdom locked away in books and we turn it into real, transformative practice for your actual life. Today, we're going to find a way to sign a peace treaty in that war. We're going to find a path that leads not just to a calmer home, but to a deeper, more respectful connection with that little person you love more than anything. And our guide on this journey is a book called The Montessori Toddler. Now, before you tune out, this is not about buying expensive wooden toys or creating a perfectly curated, beige-colored Instagram life. Forget that. That's the surface-level stuff that misses the entire point. The real problem this book addresses is a fundamental misunderstanding. We see our toddlers as tiny, irrational tyrants that need to be managed, contained, and controlled. We see their mess-making, their boundary-pushing, their constant motion as misbehavior. But what if it isn't? What if that's not misbehavior at all? What if it's work, the most important work of their lives? The work of building a human being. The Montessori Toddler offers a radical shift in perspective. Our job isn't to correct the child, but to prepare a world where they can succeed. The first, and maybe the most powerful, principle from this book is this: prepare the environment, not the child. Think about that. All the energy we spend saying, "Be careful, don't spill," it's pointed at the child. We're trying to modify their natural, clumsy, developing body to fit our adult-sized world. It's a losing battle. The book asks, what if we modified the world instead? I remember this so clearly, the constant anxiety around my son wanting to pour his own water. My whole body would tense up, just waiting for the spill. My no was ready before he even touched the pitcher, but his drive to do it himself was so powerful. He wasn't trying to make a mess, he was trying to become capable, and I was standing in his way. This principle teaches us that so much of what we call misbehavior is just a mismatch between the child's deep biological needs and an environment that wasn't built for them. So instead of yelling "don't spill," we create a small, accessible drink station, a tiny, lightweight pitcher they can actually lift, one small, sturdy cup they can handle, and right next to it, a little sponge, not for when they fail, but for when they do what all learners do, make mistakes. The environment itself teaches the entire cycle. Try, spill, clean, try again. Independence isn't a personality trait we hope for, it's a skill we allow them to practice. And that's what transforms us. It moves us from being a nagging warden to a thoughtful guide. It's a profound shift from a relationship of conflict to one of trust. The second key insight is freedom within limits. This is where a lot of people get Montessori wrong. They think it's just a free-for-all, letting kids do whatever they want. It's the opposite. It's about creating deep, profound safety through clear and consistent boundaries. But the boundaries aren't arbitrary. They're based on respect. Respect for the child, respect for others, and respect for the environment. The old way. My old way was endless, empty threats. If you do that one more time, or punitive timeouts that just felt like a power struggle and left both of us feeling disconnected and angry, it didn't work, it just created more conflict. The Montessori approach is different. It's calm, firm, and direct. Let's say your toddler is throwing their building blocks. The limit is clear. We don't throw hard things that can hurt someone or break something. The freedom isn't the choice you offer. You get down on their level and you say calmly, "I can't let you throw the blocks. You can't throw this softball. If you choose to throw the blocks again, I will put them away to keep us safe." Do you see the difference? There's no yelling. There's no shame. There's a clear limit, a positive alternative, and a logical, natural consequence. If they throw the block again, you follow through, calmly. "I see you chose to throw the blocks, so I'm putting them away for now. We can try again tomorrow." This isn't a punishment. It's a lesson in cause and effect. It's teaching them that their choices have power, and it's building a foundation of trust. They learn that your no means no, and that you are a safe, predictable leader for them. And for us, well, It frees us from being the screaming monster we never wanted to be. The third principle is the one that requires the most of us. It is to observe and follow the child.gs. This means we have to slow down. We have to stop trying to entertain, distract, and manage them every second of the day, and instead, we just watch. We become a scientist of our own child. I used to think my toddler had a 0-second attention span. He'd flip from one toy to the next, leaving a trail of chaos. I was constantly trying to redirect him, to get him interested in the right toy. I was exhausted, but then I tried just observing. I sat on the floor and I just watched, and I noticed he wasn't just flitting around, he was on a mission. He was going to every single drawer, cabinet, and box in the room and trying to open it, look inside, and close it again. Open, close. Open, close. He wasn't bored with his toys. He was in what Montessori calls a sensitive period, a deep internal drive to understand concepts like containment, and to master the fine motor skills of his hands. So, following his lead, I gathered a basket. In it, I put a few small cardboard boxes with lids, an old wallet with zippers, a little pouch with a button, and I just put it near him. He was captivated for 45 minutes. Not because I entertained him, but because I finally saw him. I saw what his soul was trying to learn, and I gave him the tools to do it. This is the heart of it all. To stop imposing our own agenda, and instead, to humbly serve theirs. So, let's move this from pages to practice. It's time for the pages to practice application. These are simple exercises you can start today. First is the yes space, audit. Look at one room your toddler spends a lot of time in. Right now, it's probably a no space. No, don't touch that. No, don't climb on that. Your practice is to change just one thing in that room to create a yes. Can you put their favorite books on a low shelf they can reach themselves? Can you replace a fragile decoration with a sturdy, safe object they can explore? The goal here isn't a total renovation. The goal is to make one small environmental change that eliminates one no from your day. The outcome? You move from being a guard to being a guide. Second, the two choices, reframe. The next time you find yourself about to say stop that or don't do that, pause, take a breath, and reframe it using two positive choices. Instead of stop running inside, try. You have a lot of energy. Do you want to do some big jumps here on the rug, or should we go outside to run? Instead of don't hit, try. It's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to hit. You can hit this pillow, or you can stomp your feet. The expected outcome is huge. You empower your child with a sense of agency. You teach them appropriate ways to meet their needs, and you keep the connection, even during conflict. And third, become the 5-minute scientist. Just for 5 minutes today. Don't interfere, don't direct, don't suggest, just sit and silently observe your child. What are they really doing? What objects are they drawn to? What actions are they repeating? Write down one single observation without judgment. She is carrying every small object from one side of the room to the other. That's it. The goal is to build your observation muscle. The transformative outcome is that you will begin to see your child's true needs, not just their surface level behavior. Now, this journey is not a straight line. There are pitfalls. You'll fall into the Pinterest trap, focusing more on how the shelves look than what your child actually needs. You'll struggle with being consistent because you're tired and it's easier to just give in sometimes. And you will definitely struggle with impatience, wondering why this isn't working overnight. That's okay. This is a practice, not a performance. Every time you fail to hold a boundary, or you get sucked into buying a toy they don't need, it's not a failure. It's feedback. It's another chance to practice. Be as gentle with yourself as this philosophy asks you to be with your child. And this is where we go beyond the book. This is the real, raw, honest integration. This entire practice, preparing the environment, offering freedom within limits, observing our child, it appears to be about them. But it's not. It's about us. It's a spiritual practice in letting go. Letting go of our ego's need for a perfectly clean house. Letting go of our deep-seated need for control. Letting go of our fear that if we don't manage every moment, something will go wrong. Every time you trust your toddler to pour their own water, you are practicing faith. Every time you hold a calm, firm limit instead of yelling, you are practicing self-regulation. Every time you sit and just observe them, you are practicing mindfulness. You are learning to respect the developmental journey of another human being. And in doing so, you can't help but learn to respect your own. You learn that growth is messy. It's not linear. It requires freedom, and it requires limits. It requires us to trust the process, even when we can't see the outcome. By seeing the wholeness and wisdom in your child, you start to uncover the wholeness and wisdom in yourself. That is the real transformation. So here's my call to you. Don't try to do it all at once. Just pick one thing. Will you create one small yes space? Will you try 1-2 choices, reframe? Or will you just sit for 5 minutes and watch? That's it. One small act of practice. Subscribe to Pages to Practice because we're in this together. And in the comments below, I want you to share that one small thing. Declare it. Let this community witness your intention. What will be your first step away from conflict and toward connection? Thank you for showing up today. Remember, the goal isn't a perfect Montessori home. The goal is a more peaceful and connected heart. Both yours and theirs. Keep practicing.